Welcome back to another episode of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show with Darren and Rob. We're still covering the NFC. I think I said North. Ah, bro, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
I was
up.
going correct. It's the NFC West.
Yep, we're still covering the NFC West this week, but today we're going to be covering the Arizona Cardinals. My favorite quarterback in the league right now is Kyler Murray. I do want the best for him as far as situation goes. Here's my thing. I wouldn't be mad if Kyler in 2 or 3 years said, I want to move on from Arizona, be put in a different situation. But I think Arizona needs to keep Kyler Murray at every cost possible. Pay him as much money as he wants, do whatever he wants. I feel like their whole offense is based around Kyler and what Kyler does, and what Kyler is good at. So I don't think they can lose Kyler Murray. I think he's a perfect. I don't know, not necessarily a perfect quarterback, but he's a perfect quarterback for the modern NFL. He's just so damn
Oh, yeah,
fast.
yeah, he's very quick, very fast, very incredible arm. He's too small.
I don't think that's a problem. His
Why is that
big
not a
arm
problem?
has a big arm, can move out the pocket, and he makes good decisions. I think it's about the pieces you put around him. And offensively, on paper, they have those pieces, but I think they need a better secondary receiver. They proved last year that they could run the ball if they really need to in crutch down situations. I think losing Christian Kirk is a big deal. Is a really big deal. I like AJ Green, but AJ Green isn't what AJ Green was in 2012. You know what I'm
You said a
saying?
better, you said a better secondary receiver.
A better number two. I think that the DeAndre Hopkins suspension is really going to hurt them. They might be looking. I haven't seen their schedule yet, but they might be looking at like a going into that game like 2-3, 3-3.
I okay, possibly, definitely possibly. Um, I think you're wrong though. I think you're wrong about a lot. I think the trade with Hollywood Brown, put the shades back on for now. Um, I think the trade for Hollywood Brown is going to do them a lot of justice. I could see them going 3-3 before D Hop get there easily. I don't know what their schedule looks like either, but I think Hollywood Brown could easily be that second receiver, or at least the guy that takes the top off of the defense, like Christian Kirk did, as well as and he has the rapport with Kyler because they both play at Oklahoma together. And you throw that with AJ Green, just being AJ Green, he's going to only see one corner of the game when D Hop get back. Zach Ertz, obviously, this is a very stacked team. I don't know how you could possibly say they need another receiver. I really, extremely disagree with that.
Here's why I say it. Does Hollywood still? I still have to look at Hollywood as he has a lot of potential,
Yes, he does.
and I also think that he was in a bad system that wasn't made for him in Baltimore. Um, that team was so damn run heavy. Hollywood just looks like a one trick pony. I think we really see what type of receiver, NFL receiver Hollywood Brown is after this year.
I agree.
But I'm still not sure. I don't think he is the fix for this team. I
I
don't
don't think
think
a
he gets
receiver.
him. I don't think that gets them any farther in the playoffs.
I don't think a receiver is a fix for them. They got DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, AJ Green, Zach Ertz, Rondell Moore, Isabella's stupid fast. I don't think you need another receiver. I don't think that's I don't think that's what it is. That's why I said Tyler's too small.
I can argue Marquise Brown, Rondell Moore, and Andy and Isabella are all one trick ponies.
There
And
wait,
that's
Ron,
and
Ron,
the addition of DeAndre Hopkins is really what makes that offense hum.
a
You
hundred
saw
percent.
when he got hurt last year, That offense kind of went. It wasn't in the dirt, but their stock definitely dropped heavily.
No, man. I just disagree with what you're saying. I don't know. D Hop is obviously one of the greatest receivers this game has really have ever seen. To be real with you, but Hollywood Brown is not a one trick pony. Rondell Moore is a slot receiver. He's going, and honestly, he could be a lot
Hold
better
on, Darren.
this.
Uh, Exit and come back for me real quick. Thank you. Go ahead.
Rondell Moore is not a one trick pony. He's a slot receiver. He can become a better slot receiver going into this next year. Hopefully, he's been working and getting better. Uh, I don't think, like you said, we don't really know what Hollywood is. He got a shit ton of targets in Baltimore. My problem is he dropped some balls that he just shouldn't have dropped. There were certain times where people blame Lamar, and it was like, nah, this is just dropped. But with this team, he shouldn't have to see the ball too many times, especially when D Hop gets back there.
Here's the
Not
problem with that, Darren. Not to cut you off.
targets a game. Like at least one game, he got like 13 targets. It was stupid.
Here's the problem with that, Darren. Per Hollywood Brown, I'm pretty sure he tweeted this out on Twitter. What's the point of having a Lamborghini if you're not going to drive it? That's how he felt in Baltimore. So, does him being a secondary receiver for the second for the third the 2/3 of the year, is he still gonna get the amount of targets he wants? Hopefully, because it is a spread offense. But I think he's a one trick pony.
No,
Rondell
he's
Moore, I look the same way. I look at Ray McLeod. I think he's a lot of bubble screens. Can he do some downfield stuff? Yeah, but he's not going to beat you with his route running. He's just trying to beat you downfield. I think teams
they
can eat. It's easier to adjust to speed than it is to excellent route running in the
What is
NFL.
Rondell Moore running? Because I think he's better. Like
Nine
I think there's
routes,
a reason why.
deep
No,
post.
I'm talking about what's his speed? What's his 40 time? Because you're making it
Uh,
sound like
no, he's really
he's.
fast. He's probably in the 4.3s.
I thought he was more of a slot receiver and more of a route runner out of the slot.
Uh, I didn't type in 40.
Could be wrong.
That's not telling me anything. 4.29.
Okay, okay, I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong.
I was wrong too. I
I
said high threes. He's fast as shit.
that is stupid speed. That is just stupid speed.
But like,
Well,
how
I'm
many
gonna be
like
honest with
routes do you really see with him? He doesn't have like a crazy route tree or anything.
you. Either way,
Everything's
all he's
downfield. I
cool.
feel
You
like
got
he's
two
the
people.
ultimate decoy in the offense.
You
That's what
got the
he
two
is.
people that can take the top off the defense.
But how often do they do that, Darren? That's cool that you can, but how often do they do it?
Tyler, man.
No, I'm
Honestly,
talking about Rondell Moore and Andy Isabella. They have the speed to do it, but I look at them more like decoys.
to let everything underneath
Yeah,
come open.
exactly. And if you're trying to double D Hop, you got one on ones with two speedsters. That's how I look at them. AJ Green isn't super fast anymore. He's a possession receiver that has great route running, but that doesn't take the top off the defense either. A lot of his
The one
downfield
thing,
stuff is 50-50.
the one thing I will say about this team is I think they should definitely lean on the run a little bit more with Connor. That's the only thing I can't say. But I think when it comes to receivers, they have a plethora of.
All right, let's get into a little bit of the depth chart too while we're talking about James Conner. They lost Chase Edmonds this year. I don't. Do you remember where he went?
I want to say Miami.
Let's go pick up for them. I think that's going to be a real big impact too. How much do you know about Darrell Williams?
Oh, he's a beast. He played for Kansas City.
But he's more of a big back though, physical back.
Uh, he's a good running back. I don't know really where to put him at, but he's just a really good running back.
I look at Benjamin, which I think is their rookie. No, like he's been there a second. I look at him more as Chase Edmonds' replacement when they start going shotgun. I don't see James Conner as a shotgun running back. I don't see Darrell Henderson as a shotgun running back. I think if
They're
they're in
one.
shotgun, they're blocking like 90, like 85 to 90% of the time. Um,
I disagree.
Maybe if you go
Disagree.
like pistol and underneath center, that's why I see them doing most of their damage. Goal line, third and shorts, things like that.
I w- I would say this about like I said, Arizona. The Rams, they know how to establish the run. San Francisco clearly knows how to establish the run. Seahawks overly established the run. The Cardinals don't run enough. I feel like.
You think they should? Because they're definitely a throw first spread offense team first. Um,
Yeah,
and the thing I learned about the spread is the spread. You spread everybody out. You spread the other teams out, so you can get the ball out quickly. And I can see that's what I said about I see Rondell Mill as more of like a bubble screen guy, an RPO guy. I agree with
yeah,
you that they should run the ball more, and that might be why they got Daryl Williams there, so they can have two big power backs to replace. They give James Conner some uh breathing time on the sideline to catch his breath. I can see that, but I still think they throw the ball 80%, 85% of the time.
yeah. That's the craziest thing about
And
it.
the scariest part about it is the rest of their division, besides Seattle, are run dominant teams.
Seattle's run dominant as well.
If they don't have Chris Carson no more. And they don't got an offensive line, so I'm not really
But
afraid
you gotta
of them
remember,
from an Arizona Cardinals standpoint.
I'm not
The
talking about afraid of. I'm just talking
49ers,
about logic. What they do.
but I think they can stop them. Whereas the 49ers and the who's the other team that is in that division? The Rams,
Rams.
they're gonna have trouble with stopping that, and they're gonna be able to more likely not only capitalize on those drives, but keep the ball out of Kyler's hands. I feel like the
Go to
Cardinals
the
are a
defense.
shootout team at the end of the day. Go ahead.
We should go to the defense.
They still so here's my thing about their defense. They still have a ton of pieces I really like on this defense. Buda Baker, Byron Murphy, Isaiah Simmons, Zach Allen, and JJ Watt. Those are the names that jump off the page. But how good will they be on the field? Um, I think they're going to be put in a lot of situations where I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to have to win the game, but they're going to have to stop the game from being lost. Because, like I said, I think they're going to be in a lot of shootouts. When we get to like some of the top tier teams in the NFL, I don't know if this defense can hang with them from some of the top tier offenses. Like
They're definitely going to be playing those type of offenses.
if we look at the top 10 offenses in the league, they probably lose 70% of those games because of their defense.
I don't know. It's more. They're a shootout team definitely, but if they establish the run, they can get that lead and just hold on to it a little bit more. In those first 6 weeks, they should be trying to establish the run with D Hop not being there.
Definitely. All right. You got anything else to say about this defense or the depth chart in general?
No.
All right,
Shout out to Buda
let's.
Baker for getting up though. I was worried about him in that playoff game.
Oh, when Cam Akers just ran him the fuck over, then called him a little boy, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I was
That
worried
shit
about
was
him.
crazy. Cam Akers felt
Yeah,
bad too because he didn't know he hurt him. But shout out
yeah,
to
it
Cam Akers, man.
was bad. But yeah.
All right, let's get into this schedule. See what the schedule looks like this year. All right, this gonna be tough.
Yeah, holy shit. They're going 4-2. They're going 4-2 the first 6 weeks.
You mean 2-4?
Mark my word. So what?
You mean 2-4?
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, 2-4. Sorry about that.
All right, so let's get into this. They start the season out versus Kansas City.
Good game. Good game. We get Kyler versus Patrick Mahomes first week. Uh, uh,
That
uh,
sucks, man.
uh.
I'm not gonna be. We're not gonna be able to watch all these games. a lot of this shit's gonna have to be red zone.
Ooh, bro, they blessing us though. Sheesh. Um. Oh man, this is a tough one. At home, ooh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna take Kansas City though. Two
Uh,
shootout
I'm gonna
teams.
take the Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals in this game. Ah, shit, I take that back. They don't have D Hop. I'm taking Kansas City.
Two shootout.
Who has a better receiving core week one? Not
Oh,
including tight ends.
it's Kansas City
Not
to
including
me.
tight ends.
It's Kansas City still.
Really? Okay.
To me, I'm a little biased though. I think more proven. You would say Cardinals, but I would personally say Kansas City.
Then they go week two at Vegas.
Yeah, they're losing that.
I'll take the Cardinals in that game.
I don't know why.
I don't believe in your defense. Then they go
We
week
don't.
three
We're going
versus.
to bottle him up. Chandler Jones gets his revenge versus his team that he's been playing with all these years. You got the Max Crosby on the other side.
Bro, I like
No
Chandler
run.
Jones, and he's had a great career so far. But there's always times where you see players switch teams later in their career, and they're just not as impactful. AKA JJ Watt with the Cardinals. Um, I
Because
don't
he's been
think
out.
Chandler Jones is going to be as good as you think he is. I think Max Crosby is still going to be the dominant
Cool with that.
uh, pass rusher he is. I think put it in more better perspective. I think Chandler Jones gets like 4, maybe 5 sacks this year, where Max might be somewhere in the teens.
I'm gonna say that the Vegas Raiders win this because we're gonna their their defense is not gonna be able to stop our offense. Do they have a corner that can stop Devontae Adams?
You could double Devontae.
Okay, then you leaving Darren Waller open.
You're gonna have to. It's like spy on him for like a safety or something.
Pick your poison. But I'm gonna take what we got. So yeah, they're gonna lose that game. They're gonna lose to the AFC West in the first 2 weeks.
Then they have really cheap tickets versus Los Angeles, week three.
Um, yeah, Rams win this definitely.
I have the Rams winning as well. Then they're at Carolina.
Sheesh, that's a big game. Uh, ooh, I really want to see what JC Horn gonna look like, man. That's just a heads up. Uh, this is a tough game. I'm gonna let you pick it first.
I have the Cardinals winning in a blowout. This is like
Mm,
one of those Kyler like high like 60 rushing yards, maybe 2 touchdowns type games. This is the game where James Conner goes like crazy type deal.
I don't, I, I don't know about that. Um, I'm really the C-Mac thing is the problem. Christian McCaffrey. The problem for me. I'm gonna still go with Arizona here, but that's my that's my factor right now. I'm letting you know that right.
Uh,
Christian
week
McCaffrey.
week five versus Philly.
I got.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I'll take. I'm gonna take Arizona.
Week six at Seattle.
Arizona.
I agree. Week seven versus New Orleans.
Uh, I'm gonna take Arizona.
I agree. Week eight at Minnesota.
I'm gonna take Minnesota.
I agree again. I thought you were going to take the Cardinals. Week nine versus Seattle.
I'm gonna take Arizona.
I agree. Week 10 at Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going to take the Cards.
I'm going to take the Rams. Um, week 11 versus San Francisco in Mexico City.
San Francisco.
I agree. Week 12 versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
two young phenoms at quarterback. Boy, we are this NFL, man. They talent they be giving us sometimes, boy. I
It
tell you.
never disappoints, right? I feel like there's every year there's always really great talent to look forward to.
And the way they develop these boys, man. Justin Herbert versus Kyler, it's gonna be a good one. That being said, I'm gonna take the Chargers.
I'll take the Cardinals
That's a
in a
tough
close
one.
game. I'll take the
Yeah,
Cardinals in a close game. Week
exactly.
13, they have a bye, so that means they have the late bye in the season. Hopefully that helps with any injuries or anything like that. Then they have New England at home on Monday night.
That's damn near what? That's what? 15 days off, 16 days off. Sheesh, 17, something like that. Monday night. Um, this is a very interesting game. Who you got?
I love me some Bill Belichick and love Bill Belichick's defense. This is one of those games you really get to see Bill Belichick at his best because not everybody watches New England every week, especially since Tom's not there anymore. So you really get to see how he's going to try to attack Kyler Murray defensively with his defense, and there's a lot of hope for the New England's offense this year. Um, the question is Kyler Murray going to be able to, when the play breaks down, beat Kyler Murray and break some magic shit and just start breaking the offense? Because you can game plan for a lot of things. You can't game plan for after the play breaks down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take New England in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take New England as well. To be honest with you, I think their run game is gonna help in this game.
Then
It's a
they
tough one.
go, definitely tough game. Then they go week 15 at Denver.
OC Russ. Um, these are some really tough games to pick. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm getting a little bit of a headache trying to figure out these picks. Um,
You just been staring at the screen too long. That's all that is.
you said what?
You just been staring at your screen too long.
Nah, bro, I'm really working. My brain is really working on these picks. I'm. This is tough, man.
High altitude.
High altitude. This is just so freaking tough. I'm going to take. I'm gonna take Arizona.
I agree. I like Denver coming into this year. Hopefully Jerry Judy can stay healthy. I think that's the big thing for Denver. If Jerry Judy can stay healthy and be a number one receiver for them, Pro Bowl esque, that's what they're going to be have a really good season. Week 16 versus Tampa Bay.
Night game. Uh, I'm gonna take Tampa Bay to win this actually on
I'm gonna take
Christmas.
Tampa Bay too. My reasoning is I like how fast their linebackers are. Really fast
Yeah,
linebackers that can run sideline to sideline to try to contain Kyler Murray's runs when the play does break down. I think they're built perfectly to go against Kyler Murray.
same here. Well, linebackers wise, like yeah.
Week 17 at Atlanta.
Oh yeah. Cards win this,
I have the Cardinals winning as well, and they end the season off at San Francisco.
and they will lose to San Francisco their last game.
I agree as well. My question for you is, since we just went over the schedule, do you think they make the playoffs?
That's a very good question. Um, yes, NFC is wide open. Like really, still is wide open. The only spots I see are legitimately going to be taken up is Tampa Bay and the Rams, and like I mentioned, one other team.
Packers.
Tampa, who?
The Packers. You don't think they're going to win their division?
They should win their division. But I think yeah, they'll be there. They'll be there. Yeah, they'll be there. Everything else is up. Philly can get there. Saints can get there. There's a lot of teams that can still get there. We can see three teams from the NFC West go.
Here's what I
So
say.
yeah,
I think they're either going to miss the playoffs or it's going to be another first round exit.
yeah,
But
same.
here's my thing though. It's the media portrayal of the first round exit is going to make you think that they need to blow up the team. And I because I think Kyler Murray's going to get shit on if they go for another first round exit. And they're gonna be like, oh, is he really that good of a quarterback? Oh, he's too small. Blah 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 blah. And they're gonna shit on the team so much that you're gonna think that they will be ready to blow the team up. I think the media is
I
gonna overreact to them losing in the first round this year, like they
I
overreacted this past year.
I can tell you, Kyle Shanahan's job should not Kyle Shanahan. I'm sorry, Cliff Kingsbury's job should be start being questioned at that point. Because what other
No,
talent do you really? Yes, it
no,
should.
no, no,
Yes, it
no,
should.
no, no. How long has
What
Cliff's gonna be been there? Was he there when they drafted the dude before Kyler? Not Josh Allen, Josh Rosen.
I think he came in the same year as Skyler.
Yeah, then you're really tripping. He made this offense specifically for Kyler. Who are you going to bring in that's going to run a similar offense for Kyler Murray? This perfect for Kyler Murray. This
That air
offense
raid
is
offense.
perfect.
That air raid offense.
It's not that it's air raid and it's not that it's spread. It's the plays he's calling within that offense. That's so perfect for Kyler Murray.
Look, last year Kyler Murray didn't run in the Rams playoff game
Yes.
when that's a part of his game, right?
Yes.
So either he's going to get the blame or the coach is going to get the blame. You said Kyler. I say Cliff.
Now this is going to be a a weird comparison. You might think this is a weird comparison, but I look at Cliff Kingsbury is the Kyler Murray, like Steve Kerr is the Steph Curry.
I
I
see
think
that as
it's the
well.
best thing that happened to their career that they got that coach.
Yeah, the only difference is they won a championship the first year.
You really can't equate over it because one player has way more power over the game than to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? They still got a whole defense that has to play. So it's not an exact equation as far as ta- championships go. But I'm just talking about the
But
communication and
I see
the
what you're saying.
yeah.
But as a head coach, especially in the NFL, you have to command both sides of the ball. And we both started off this video saying their defense is probably going to be the thing that keeps them being in shootouts, makes them be in shootouts, right?
Correct.
So if that's the case, don't you think that falls more on Cliff Kingsbury than Kyler Murray?
I think that
Automatically, right
falls on the
there.
GM.
Okay.
Once again, what we were saying about offensive guys in the NFL, that's what it's heading towards. Cliff
Mm-hmm.
Kingsbury is an offensive guy, and he put together an amazing offense. I think he did his
Offensive
job.
game plan or offense? Because you're talking about the GM at that point, right?
I'm talking about like offensive game plan, offensive system, shit like that.
All right. What do you say? I agree with you. They're either gonna miss the playoffs or be a first round exit.
You got anything else to say about the Cardinals before we wrap up?
Uh, you said you started off this video saying Kyler Murray was your favorite, one of your favorite young quarterbacks, or your favorite.
I
I just
think
want
he's
to let
my
that.
favorite right now.
I just want to let it be known that I was the person that first pointed out to Rob that Kyler Murray was gonna be nice.
You were, you were. Now I think it was I forget what fantasy conversation we were talking about because I think you were gassing him up and you were talking about a Surrey possibly drafting him, and I was like, I better go get this nigga in fantasy, and I got him at a
And
good
winning
spot.
dummy early.
So yeah, thank you guys. You got anything else to say about the Cardinals before we wrap up?
Nope.
All right. So thank you guys again for watching another video, part of our NFC West preview series from the Half Court Podcast. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below and leave a comment in our comment section. Do you guys think that Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are going to go deep in the playoffs this year? What do you guys expect for you? What are you guys' expectations for this team? And my biggest question is, do you guys think the media overreacted to their first round loss last year? I do. I think they got way too much shit that they shouldn't have. I thought they ran up into a team that was for sure straightforward better than them, and they weren't supposed to win that game.
That was the problem. It was the fact that they lost. They started losing. They started off so hot and they started losing steam. They lost to Lions. They went
Was D Hop there?
undefeated for like the first
When did D Hop get
when
hurt? Like week 12, week 10?
yeah,
Come
but
on, man.
they shouldn't have lost to the Lions. They
Once
started
D
out like 6-0.
once D Hop got hurt, that spread offense really didn't work, and they had to start running the ball, and people were stacking the line because they weren't going to let James Conner beat them. And that offense looked broken, to say the least.
All right, whatever you say.
If anything bites them in the ass, it's D Hop. Oh, we can't leave yet. We can't leave yet. What's your take on D Hop and the D Hop suspension?
Uh,
How do you feel about it? And the
uh,
biggest question is, hold on, is does your opinion of D Hop change
not
because of this?
even, not even in the slightest.
And why?
Not even. Because I think he might have still just took a holistic approach, and then something was still there. I don't. He apologized for it. I don't think it was. It wasn't like he had tried to appeal it or anything. He just took ownership for what he put in his body, and I don't think it was anything bad. I think it was just one of those like random, random situations, but not even in the slightest.
Do you
He's
think it
one of
hurts
the
his
great.
legacy?
Not even in the slightest. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. Point blank, freaking period. He's the only person out there that I see as a quarterback at a receiver. He sees what the quarterback sees. He's the only person that I see each play in, play out sees what the quarterback sees.
All right. But do
I
you
don't think
admit
other
that it's
receivers
probably
look
because of
like
the steroids that his hands are so damn big?
that. That is not true. It wasn't steroids either. It was PEDs.
Same, close enough. Performance enhancing drugs,
We're
steroids.
not.
Same family. They live in the same house. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the